Before I say another word, yet again, I want to make sure we get this very clear. I do not accept, condone, or will allow any kind of sexual harassment of any kind. I just want to make sure we understand that before we continue with this video. As such, I am not in any way saying what Momokun did was acceptable for any reason. I do not believe that just because you have a mental illness, you should have a free pass to do anything bad. Let's get that out of the way as well. Since I'm autistic, that excuse doesn't work with me. So with that being said, hello everyone. I'm Plasmor, as you may like to call me, that guy who understands his internet memes pretty well. Don't know the story. Let us begin about this time last week when we found out the wonderful idea that Nintendo decided to put a crown power-up on a character and make them a princess of some sort. As such, people have speculated what would happen if Bowser had that same ability, and poof, Bowsette was born. To the delight of almost every single human being on the planet so far, the pictures have been top-notch, I will say that. But in the same vein as that everyone wants to get on the latest trend, and it has been a good one, mind you, people have been wanting to cosplay said character for a little while. As such, the internet has come with one solid conclusion. Everyone but Momokun. I've talked about this person already, about how sexual harassment should not be normalized, and there are outlets for you if you want to do lewd cosplay and all that, but I'm going to get down to the point. There are a few things you should understand about what I'm about to say. No, it's not, but Momokun sexual harassment should ban her. No, it should ban her from a lot of conventions. It should not ban her from other things. That's number one. And don't give me the whole, but cosplay should be for no, cosplay is for everyone. So we got that out of the way. It's not a universal no to anything. It's just stating very much that I already got through the whole everyone should have their cosplay how they want to. I grasp that and I understand that. I'm not a cosplayer, that's fine. But with that being said, we shouldn't just say she shouldn't cosplay the character just because we want that. Okay, that's a fair enough point. But that's not enough for me. So I'm going to give you another 4 good reasons, now that I came up with the top of my head, of why Momokun cosplaying Bowsette is actually a good thing. And let me say this now. No, not because of the whole sexual harassment deal. Number one is, have we not seen the latest court proceedings with Judge Kavanaugh? Yeah, that thing we can pretty much surmise after looking at all the testimony, if you're even a remotely sane person, that Kavanaugh did not sexually assault anyone, at least at that point in time. Now, I'm not saying he didn't do it at all. I'm not saying this woman is lying through her teeth that it happened and he was responsible. I'm pretty sure she might have gotten sexually assaulted. I don't know the details, but I know it wasn't Kavanaugh because Kavanaugh wasn't likely even near her at that time. Every witness stated she wasn't it. Every person who was there said not with him. I don't know what happened to her, but Kavanaugh wasn't the point. The thing was, even though that was an outright lie that Kavanaugh did it, it did 2 things right. I believe this could also be a bit beneficial with Momokun. 1, sexual assault reports have indeed gone up, and thank God for that. I'm saying that people need to understand when you're harassed, when you're molested, you should say something. The Me Too movement wasn't really beneficial, but in this case, I actually think it actually helps people because now we know something happened. But it also puts number 2 on this case is that people have to get it right. Not everyone's just going to jump on your bandwagon and say, you're the person who did this, that person, and that thing. That doesn't make any sense. And in the same sense, the Momokun cosplaying Bowsette could be kind of like that same trigger for some people. And in this regard, it's actually the reverse of what Judge Kavanaugh had to suffer. We have documentation of Momokun touching somebody at a convention on camera. So we know stuff has happened, at least with her, to somebody else. In this case, we have evidence. So in that regard, Some people should have more stories that we can actually verify because these happen at a lot of conventions, and conventions have dates, and dates have people going to it, and it's pretty easy to trace that. In this case, it actually makes sense. Did I say that Judge Kavanaugh didn't do something to somebody possibly? No. Did I say this woman's lying through her teeth and it didn't happen at all? No. But the two connecting? No. In the Momokun case, we can have a connection. So I'll be fair with that. And I'm not going to get political here. I'm not going to tell you conservative, liberal, blah, blah, blah. I'm just saying if Momokun did something, we can at least track it. In this case, I believe it actually will help people come out a little bit more. So that's a beneficial point. Number two is that she actually fits the build in some ways for a Bowsette cosplayer. I know this is going to sound really stupid. BBWs are just back. I'm not saying that at all. I'd say basically the way Bowsette is presented is this kind of bigger, more bulky Princess Peach. For Momokun, that's actually a good thing. It's actually designed for her to be more of an out there type of person. Now, I'm not going to get into your whole sexual fantasy stuff. That isn't what I'm talking about. I'm saying that her size and her ability to use that size is actually a benefit to the character she's going to represent. It's not saying that you should get off to it. No, I'm saying it's an actually good thing for a plus size cosplayer to be able to do this. It's a rare instance where I can say Bowsette can be really bulky and super big in many ways, and yet people can kind of transcend her as basically another Princess Peach lookalike. You can do both pretty easily and convincingly, so I'm actually all for the idea of a cosplayer at least being more catered to a plus size motif. It doesn't mean you can't cosplay somebody if you're plus size. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying generally, if she can fit the build, I'd say go for it. It actually makes sense. Number three is that she's a human being too, okay? I know it's easy to, hey, you're a sexual predator. You're right in some cases. In this instance, yeah, this is somebody's life we're dealing with too. She's been made for the idea of, I'm going to be a lewd cosplayer. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to go around and say, you can't do that. Nudity's evil. I've actually mentioned people on my channel before. Hello, Jessica Nova. How you doing, by the way? When next time I see you again, I owe you a drink or something. We haven't talked in a while. Anyway. Generally speaking, there's a reason why we have this thing called forgiveness. Now, I'm not saying you need to forgive Momokun. No. If you got harassed and she hasn't come out to you and said, I'm sorry, there's no reason for you to forgive her. I give you that. But in general, that doesn't mean just because she did something wrong, we have to automatically all want to destroy her life. I understand what she did is wrong. We're not saying that. But then again, I'm also saying, look, if I wanted to do that and somebody did something wrong against me, there are a lot of people on that list. Get in that line. And there's no way you're going to destroy everybody's lives. That's not the point. Trust me, I have so many points with certain things like San Japan, getting to that video in a moment. And yeah, I just don't feel like it's worth the time to harass somebody I've never actually met. It's not, this goes a lot of different ways. It also is being more played out in politics where people say, harass the people you don't agree with. No, we don't do that. They're human beings. They have lives. They have people they take care of, responsibilities, children, adults, friends, family. They deserve private time too. It's just not fair to say because you sinned one time that you deserve to be burned. I think Jesus Christ died on the cross for those sins. Just if you want to get biblical, you want to go in that route. As I say this, one word that he said, one line that he says should always echo for everything we've done wrong. Whoever is without sin, go ahead and throw the first stone at the woman who committed adultery. Okay, I'm sorry. There's not enough rocks around here to add up to all the sins that most of us have committed. So why are we even talking about that? But the fourth and most important thing why I believe Momokun cosplaying Bowsette is actually a good thing is that it actually shows it's okay for people, no matter who they are, to cosplay somebody different. Somebody that we wouldn't normally see anyway until this happened. They cosplay who they want to be. And again, cosplay is for everyone, but that's not what I'm talking about. If somebody wanted to cosplay, say, Sailor Moon, and they're the 6'5" masculine guy with the biggest chiseled muscles in the universe, are we stopping them from doing it? No, that's not the reason. When you cosplay, it should be for fun. I mean, yeah, people make money this and money that for cosplaying and building those cosplays. My roommate's actually building a piece of armor from Berserk. And when it's done, I hope to show you guys it. But on the same end, it's not up to me to tell you no. That should never be cosplay. I think that's the biggest problem with people wanting Momokun not to cosplay Bowsette, is that when have we said no to somebody else? That sets a very bad precedent no matter who you are. And I'm not here to anti-cosplay anybody. I don't cosplay. Doesn't mean I hate your cosplay and I hate you for cosplaying. I'm saying, in general, none of us should be going and pointing the finger at somebody else just because they cosplay something different or something we're not really wanting them to cosplay. That's not your choice. Plain and simple. And this is the first time I think that people have signed a petition for her not to cosplay Bowsette. Excuse me a moment. You don't run her life. Even though it's been bad documented, I'm actually sticking up for Momokun. I know, I'm saying that out loud. In this instance, just because we don't want her to doesn't say she can't or she won't. Not your call. Sorry, deal with it. And the fact that she already has, well, it's not great in my opinion. I mean, it's just a string bikini with a fake wig and a hat. Okay, judging the cosplay, not judging her. Fair enough. I've seen better Bowsette cosplayers just on Cosplay After Dark on Facebook. Another place you can go if you want to promote lewd cosplay. Haha. Generally speaking, though, that doesn't mean she can't do it. And that doesn't mean no one else can either. This is the same instance. And I think this is the most important reason why Momokun cosplaying Bowsette is a good thing. Me. Please, for the love of the universe, don't let this happen again with her. Seriously, every time you guys decide to go ahead and make things worse by saying somebody shouldn't be doing something unless you actually have the idea to help her fix her problem, it just gets worse. And I'm afraid this has actually gotten worse over the course of this year. We've gone from she's a bad person because she sexually molests people to she's a bad person for cosplaying. What's next? She's a bad person for breathing? And don't get me wrong, she has done bad things, but fuck you if you think for one fucking second, oh, I should start this is age restricted, you stupid idiots, that I'm going to stand by everybody on the freaking internet and say, she should not cosplay. That is not how it's done. That should never be how it's done. And those of you who have any idea why someone shouldn't cosplay a certain character should get off the damn internet to begin with. Fanboys and fangirls alike, stop saying no to someone cosplaying. Now, with that rant over, actually do applaud Momokun for cosplaying the character. I don't applaud her for everything else. As such, if you have a cosplay you actually liked, go ahead and show it to me. And if you like this video and other videos that I have, even though my view count right now is pretty small, like, share, subscribe, and consider donating to my PayPal because I have one webcam in my own bedroom and I'd like to do more things. In fact, OniCon is coming up on October 8th through 10th. And that's where I'm going to be next month. Anyone who wants to get ahead and do, is it 8th? I believe it is. Double checking, sorry. Anyone who wants to join in, please go ahead and me out. No, it's 9th through 11th. Oh, I'm sorry. I get there on the 8th. You know what? Let's make it a whole week. Let's do like Dragon Con. Starts from, the 9th through 11th on November 9th through 11th. So I'll be there, and that should be my last convention of the year. And until then, again, a lot of things I got to do. Don't beat up somebody just because they want to. Hello, Jason Meriz. Yes, this is a live video chat. Don't beat up somebody just because they want to cosplay a certain character. That's fine. We're all humans, and they have the right to cosplay who they want to. Albeit really creepy that they do. Later.